My name's Danielle Smith. I make custom laser engraved drinkware, and I live in London, Ontario, Canada. So it really started when I purchased a gift that was laser engraved. It was actually a tumbler, and I just thought it was a really cool business idea, and I started researching a little bit into lasers. And then I came across Thunder Laser Canada, and that's kind of where it all started. So I had zero experience operating a laser. I had really no idea what I was getting into. But I've always had like I guess, kind of a creative knack to me. Like I've always enjoyed doing different like hands-on things. So I thought it would be a cool experience and a cool learning experience for me. I'm also a chiropractor full time, so it was something that was kind of stemmed from like a creative outlet. Like it's a nice something for me to do that's different from my day to day. And yeah, so zero experience utilizing a laser or operating a laser. But it was surprisingly user friendly. Like I think that Shannon can attest that picked up on things pretty quick, and things got up and rolling pretty quickly for me, which was pretty awesome. So I've really connected with the community of other small business owners, and it's really cool because we kind of use each other for different things, and um it's just been cool to connect with that whole community because I was never part of it before. Like I never had a small business before. So I think from like just a community perspective, that felt like a really big win because it was cool to be able to connect, and it's actually somehow intertwined with my Cairo business too. So that's been really cool. But I guess the biggest win, like for how the business has been going, is like we paid off our laser within the first 3 months. So that was we thought was pretty amazing, and we were pretty proud of ourselves to get that far that quickly. Like in my head when I initially thought about it, I was like, hey, well, everybody uses a tumbler. Like, I mean, majority of people drink coffee or tea and bring it on the go with them, right? So, and it's something that is a personalized gift that either businesses can give to their clients or employees, or it's a personalized gift that somebody can gift to a friend, whatever it may be. And it's something that they can use every day, and it makes them like think about that person or the company, or it's great branding, whatever it may be. It's good because it's something that most people carry around with them. So yeah, that's kind of how it all spiraled for me. So majority of the tumblers that we're selling are Yetis because that's just where like the market's hot. Stanleys are pretty big up and coming as well. So those ones generally have like a higher price point, but it's also more expensive for us to buy them, of course. So we do like stock some different brand of tumblers, but I would say we almost exclusively engrave Yeti. I only have one add-on, and that was my rotary. So the rotary attachment that I have for my laser is the PyBurn version 3. So I purchased a rotary at the same time that I bought the laser. And it's basically just super easy attachment, just connects to the machine. And um, some of the settings in the software, which is Lightburn that I use, it's very seamless, and I've had zero issues with that connection whatsoever. And that's the only thing really. It basically, like the rotary is what it sounds like it does. It turns the tumbler as it engraves, so it helps it engrave onto like more of a cylindrical surface. Very, very easy to use, very straightforward. It actually comes with like a QR code, and you can watch a video on exactly how to use it. I found it very easy and very seamless with working with Thunder lasers. So, like I said, you basically just plug it right into the machine. There's an outlet for the rotary, and it's I don't even know what else to say about it. It is easy to use, and I haven't really run into any issues at all. The only thing that I've had to take actually the knives out and the honeycomb and put it directly on like the base of it is when I'm engraving dog bowls. So we don't do too many of the dog bowls, but that's the only way that I can actually get the amount of space, the amount of depth that I need for that. But other than that, it runs super easy, and um, I've found I can actually adjust it in certain ways to engrave different things. Like for example, if I have a tumbler or like a wine tumbler, for example, that doesn't have like a smooth bottom, like it has like ridges. Like some of them, I think Swell is a brand that has a lot of ridges at the bottom. I can kind of adjust the where it sits on the pie burn, and it can just move smoothly. So and I don't think you can get that really with all of, like, I don't really, my only experience is with pie burn, so I don't know what the other ones look like, but um, yeah, that's the one thing I found. It's really easy just to kind of play around with it and figure out how to make it work for whatever surfaces that I am engraving. Incorporating like a laser to your business definitely allows for so much more growth in the business, because it's so versatile. There's so many things that you can do with it. So for a lot of small businesses, for sure, I think that it can be super beneficial to, incorporate something like that and allow for, more items to be sold and expanding your business in different ways. I've found that I've been able to get a little bit of creative with certain things. So I do a lot of kids stuff, and, finding different, I come up with different designs to engrave onto whatever tumbler it is that I'm engraving. But I find with the kids ones, people like to be really creative with those. So um, I've had to learn how to utilize the laser in a sense that I can work around different things, like for example the Yeti logo at the bottom of the Yeti. Basically, like, I can block that out and then I can do a full wrap, kind of engrave around it, and it's just kind of a cool, like, something different that nobody else has. And when everybody else in the world seems to have one of these, it's something that's personalized to them. So I guess I don't really, there's not a huge variety of stuff that I sell, but I think like probably the kids tumblers is one of my favorites. I mean, definitely lots of mistakes were made, but I recommend, testing things out, try different things. Um, One of the things that I found was really valuable was joining the Facebook groups for Thunder laser users and just laser users in general. For me specifically, it was valuable to join rotary groups as well, because anytime you have a question or you want to engrave something different and you want somebody else who's experienced before, their suggestion on settings that you'd want to use, that is probably one of the most useful things. There's a huge Thunder Laser community, and it's so helpful. If you write a question on their forum, somebody will answer you immediately. Like, it's a great community of people to communicate with when you have questions. Um, and that's probably one of the biggest things that's helped me along the way and helped me kind of figure out different things that I need to do for what I do. But and just like learning how to use the software. So I found that really helpful. Be patient with the process. Like, it is a huge learning curve. Like, as user friendly as it is, it still takes a little bit of time to figure it out. But once you figure it out, you're set to go. I think we got our laser in June 2022, and we were up and running by July 7th, 2022. So we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary of being in business, and yeah, it was super quick. And I had this crazy idea of bringing her on as a business partner as soon as she retired. So it's good. It's been something for like us to work together on, and it's been something, different for her to do. She's never experienced or done anything like this either. And yeah, so we've been able to work at it together and figure things out together. To be honest, when we had chatted on the phone, I think probably the first time, I had a whole bunch of questions written out. I think I had called one other company about inquiring about a laser, and I didn't really like, from the customer service standpoint from that company, I didn't really get much information, and it wasn't reassuring whatsoever. Like, if I had only reached out to them, I wouldn't have even considered it. But I think when we had our discussion and you had just kind of laid it all out to me and explained how user friendly the machine truly is, and how, you know, I think that was the biggest thing for me that gave me relief, because it is a big investment, right? So, you don't want to invest in something and then just never use it, or see it not really, just collect dust, right? So I think you had given me the confidence in myself that I could figure this out and I could do it. And like, even from like any kind of machinery operating, like I have not operated anything. Like my job is very hands-on. That's what I do, right? So this was like, it definitely was a scary step, but I knew I wanted something, and I wanted something different like this, and a way for me to express my creativity. And I just like, truthfully, all of my reassurance that I could do this was from our conversation. I don't know if I would have gone for it if I hadn't just like talked to you on the phone about it, and you had talked me through it and how it all works. And like I said, I find, from the previous one or two companies that I had talked to before I had reached out to you at Thunder Laser, I didn't really get much information, and it just wasn't very helpful and not reassuring. So I think at that point I wasn't sure if I was going to even consider it. But then when we got on the phone, that really gave me confidence in myself that this is something I could do. And now having it, I realize, yeah, if I had known that then, I would have just gone for it.